holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. A look at the starting group here for Denver. They've got Peyton Watson, Cameron Johnson out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Nikola Jokic, and it's Jones in at small forward. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
I mean, it is amazing to watch Jokic at his size use the handle to create space for his shot.
And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
Murray passes to Jokic. Here's Johnson. Jones with a screen on Christie. Outside Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Washington grabs the miss.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
Here's Flagg. His last outing, he had 24 points. Nembhard outside. There's the three. They get it again. From behind the arc. And Flagg gets it to go on the assist by Davis.
Yeah, great decision there by Davis. He didn't like what he had inside, so he passed it back out.
Denver moving it around to the paint. And Davis with the block. On the wing, Nembhard. To the inside. Intercepted. Outside Murray. And there's the drive. And he buries his first look.
What a dynamic drive by Murray. Upsetting the defense and getting him to a shot.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Flagg. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. And Washington powers it through.
And you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Outside Johnson. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And here's Jokic outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Well, Grant, in 2024, you added Cooper Flagg to the USA Select team before he even played a game in college.
You know, B.A., he made me look really good, too. You know, he performed extremely well against the men's national team. And at just the age of 17, he already looked like one of the better players on the court that day.
Murray's shot is good.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who is unafraid to mix it up inside.
Dallas leading by 4. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. Coach told me Jamal Murray is at the top of their scouting report. He said to me pregame, Murray is the ideal combo guard. He can excel on or off the ball. That is what makes him tough to deal with. You just never know how he'll attack you. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. And the Mavericks with some changes. Thompson comes in for Christie, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Nembhard. And Denver will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas has checked in for Jokic. Holmes comes in for Watson. Hardaway's checked in for Jones. And it's Brown in for Murray. From deep, Johnson. The Nuggets with another miss. Dallas has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Pass to Washington. The three. Another three for Dallas.
We know P.J. Washington very respectable from distance.
Now Brown coming off a 12-point game. Johnson for 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. 80 is towards the top of that list.
Outside Johnson. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit the defense for how they're playing him.
Outside Russell, pass to Washington. And here is Thompson, defended by Hardaway. Here's Davis. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back to the game after this break. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
On the court for the Nuggets, they've got Tim Hardaway, Jamal Murray out there with Bruce Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Tyson in at the 4. Down low. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, Daniel Gafford sets a solid screen, gets off it quickly, and gets a bucket.
And by drafting Cooper Flagg, the Mavericks regaining some of the long-term upside they lost with the Luka trade, Doris.
And by every metric and evaluation, Cooper is ready to play and contribute right now. And obviously the hope down the line, he can take over the mantle of franchise player. Boy, you're trying to put Luka in the rear view now.
And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, in his size and hops, Daniel Gafford is always a threat near the rim.
Outside, Brown. Six to shoot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Davis, he's checked in for Marshall. Christie comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Nembhard in for Williams. The first one falls. And the Mavericks are in the planning stages for a new arena set to open by 2031.
Yeah, their existing arena opened in 2001. A 30-year run for an NBA venue is pretty typical. And remember, it's big business. New arenas are often the anchor tenant for larger developments.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Nuggets trail by 5. Brown looking around. Shot from the low post is good. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Gafford. Outside Christie. And here's Nembhard. Still without a bucket. Davis, the pass to Gafford. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Flags checked in for the Mavericks. And Denver with a change here too. Watson's checked in. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, I'm told the Nuggets were excited to add veteran center Jonas Valanciunas. They really struggled last season to craft effective lineups. Nikola Jokic was out of the game. In JV, they have a capable scorer and playmaker who can steady the reserves.
He's a big factor. Shams, thank you for the report.
Yet between his length and touch, Davis is the perfect interior player.
Outside Johnson. Screen by Watson. Outside Johnson. Denver needs to get off a shot. Oh, that's too easy for Jokic when he gets inside position.
Looks like he's getting warmed up. Much better efficiency here in the second quarter.
Has to flag. Nembhard, a screen on Johnson. And he drives in. Flag. Uses the glass on the layup. Flag's got 5 now.
I'll tell you an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
Murray passes to Jokic. Now Johnson. Denver moving it around. Jokic with it. And Davis picks him up defensively. And it's Jokic, that time on the assist by Murray.
He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
Pass to Gafford. Here's Flag, covered by Johnson. There's 45 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. Nembhard for 3. Buries it from 3.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
Nuggets trail by 9. Outside Johnson. Screen by Watson. The 3. The shot by Johnson, no good.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Nembhard outside. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Davis, takes the 12-footer and hits it. And now it's an 11-point Maverick lead.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
That'll do it for the first half. Dallas on top, up 11. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
For that matchup with the Jazz, they don't want to say it, but they are very confident coming into this one. And who can blame them?
They played some good ball this season.
And now let's look back on that first half. Anthony Davis making a major impact out there.
So it's not about how many shots you take, it's about how many you make. And he's been making the most of every opportunity.
Yeah, when you got somebody cooking like that, you just sit back, watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We've seen P.J. Washington really having a great game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Washington out there with Davis. Then there's Max Christie, then it's Flag, and it's Nembhard in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Grant, looking at Cooper Flag, his versatility is what makes him such a highly touted prospect.
Yeah, B.A. Cooper can do a little of everything offensively. He also covers a lot of ground defensively at 6'9". And on top of his balanced skill set, his intangibles are just elite.
And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one-of-a-kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
And Jokic drops them both. And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them. They're making some bold moves there along the way.
Basket counts. Flag's got 7.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Murray passes to Jokic. About a minute played here in the second half. Pass to Watson. Jokic with a screen on Washington. Here's Watson. Back to Jones. Fires from deep. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Washington outside. Here's Flag. Pass to Davis. The shot no good. Great D that time from Jokic. Jones feels it out. Inside. Jokic with it. He's picked up by Nembhard.
Well, if Anthony Davis is protecting the rim, you might want to go somewhere else.
Third straight miss to start the half. Ouch.
And here's Christie. Driving to the basket. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Boy, you have got to be pleased with the start of this third quarter. 3 for 4 out of the gates. Just keep your rhythm now.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Nuggets trail by 16. Murray with it. He's got 6. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Pass to Flag. Here's Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Outside Johnson. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. For 3, Hardaway. The Mavericks pull it in.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Back over to you.
Gotta have it. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And the Mavericks making a change here. Gafford's checked in. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Johnson passes to Hardaway. Johnson a screen on Christie. Hardaway against Christie. And Tim Hardaway gets a 3. Hardaway's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Flag. Now here's Washington, defended by Watson. Puts up a 3. And it's Washington missing. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 18. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Johnson's got his second basket on the night.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Pass to Washington. 1:05 left in the third. Gafford in the post, covered by Jokic. Gafford with the bucket.
What we know about Daniel Gafford, folks, is he is going to take high percentage looks. He does exactly that there.
Outside Hardaway. Denver moving it around. Watson passes to Jokic. They kick it out to Murray. From outside, off the mark.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Pass to Nembhard. And the officials call a traveling violation.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Marshall, he's checked in for Washington. And then for Denver, Najee, he's checked in for Watson. Strawther comes in for Johnson. And it's Brown in for Jamal Murray. Brown can't hit. Dallas leading by 17. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Oh, he picked him clean. Here's Strother. Pass to Brown. To the middle. Let's go with a 3. On target from range.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. We'll be right back after this word. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And Denver, looking at who they've got to start the 4th. Murray out there with Bruce Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Tim Hardaway, and it's Strother in at the 4.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Outside Russell, lets the 3 fly, fires in the triple. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the lefty stroke of D'Angelo Russell on display. This is a guard who can be effective with and without the ball.
The drive by Murray. Here's Strother. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. On the wing, Davis. Williams looking around. Outside Russell. Fires the 3. Can't hit that one. Nuggets trail by 17. Hardaway on the wing. Defended by Thompson. Hardaway, the pass to Brown. To the inside. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
Bruce Brown is never shy on the interior. This guy will attack no matter where he is.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Washington's checked in for Dallas. Nikola Jokic is checked in for the Nuggets. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over the break, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys?
Allie, thank you. And the Mavericks with some changes. Flags checked in for Thompson. Christie comes in for Russell. And it's Nembhard in for Williams. And then for Denver, Watson, he's checked in for Strother. Jones comes in for Hardaway. And Cameron Johnson subbed in for Brown. Jokic the screen. The drive by Watson. Pass to Johnson from the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Nembhard outside. Flag outside. The 10-footer. He gets it to go.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Christie with a steal. Now here's Nembhard. Defense right on him. Here's Flag. Shot clock at 5. Davis. Jokic with a rebound. Nuggets trail by 17. Outside Murray. Jones fires. It's money from deep.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Nembhard outside. Flag outside. Washington left side. Just 3 to shoot. Let's loose for 3. That's off.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Outside Murray. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Jokic goes again. Jokic just overpowering the D.
So listen, I mean, whether you put a body on Jokic or you don't, he will sneak in there for a second chance opportunity. Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Mavericks.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far. We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Anthony Davis.
And you can't put a price on the value of his rebounding in this game. His effort on the glass was a game changer.
Oh, the stuff!
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Yeah, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Jokic! Oh, the miss in the face of great defense. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Cooper flags. Washington fires. Oh, can't hit the jumper. And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat.